Welcome back. So today I have two stories, and both of them are seriously unsettling. One happens in the middle of the day in a normal park, and the other is about a house that feels wrong and something that may have followed someone home. So yeah, if you're watching this at night, maybe don't watch it alone. Let's begin. I saw something at a park when I was a kid, and to this day I still can't explain it. My mom was there. I've gone back and forth about posting this because I know how it sounds, but this has stuck with me for years. This happened sometime between 2008 and 2012. I was probably 8 to 12. It was a normal suburban park. Baseball field, wooded trail, some construction going on. There was a circular cement tank near the path. It was cloudy, middle of the day. Nothing unusual about the atmosphere. I was there with my mom. Two older women were walking ahead of us and past the cement structure first, like everything was completely normal. When we reached that same spot, I randomly turned my head to the right. Something was hovering a few inches above the cement tank. It was sitting cross-legged. Blue skin, but not flat blue. It looked layered, almost like something faint was moving under the surface. I remember blinking because my brain didn't process it right away. I remember seeing 4 arms, yellow eyes with narrow pupils. It was already looking directly at me. It had something like a gold and blue cloak on, but the patterns wouldn't stay still. Every time I tried to focus on a specific part of it, it shifted slightly, frustrated. Not dramatically, just enough to throw me off. The second our eyes locked, everything changed. The sound in the park dulled like someone turned the volume down on the world. My ears started ringing. My body felt heavy. I remember thinking I should step back, but I didn't move. The strangest part is I wasn't scared. I heard my mom saying my name, but it sounded far away, even though she was right next to me. She said it again, and it sounded closer. Then everything snapped back all at once. She grabbed my arm and pulled me forward, and we moved quickly down the trail. I looked back once. It was still hovering there, watching. It didn't look aggressive. It didn't look friendly, just calm. I didn't really talk about it for years. In 2021, I brought it up randomly, and my mom remembered it too. She said she had pushed it out of her mind because it shook her. I've never experienced anything like that again. Mostly wondering if anyone else has had something similar happen, especially the muffled sound and time distortion part. And if the first story felt disturbing, the second one is even worse, because this time it isn't something they saw, it's something that affected them. Something unexplainable is happening in my grandmother's old house, and it is affecting my mom. My grandmother lived alone in her large house in the middle of the city for almost 30 years. She never wanted to live with anyone, and she never really got along with her own children, but she prayed every single day for hours. When my mom was around 15, a church father was invited to bless the house, and he said he felt something was wrong. He told them that something abnormal kept interrupting the prayer, and he could not focus properly. Years later, my grandmother was still living there alone. She hired some workers to do construction work at the back of the house. They slept outside under the shed at night because that area has trees and a nice breeze. They told my grandmother they heard a woman crying intensely at night, and on one night they saw a lady with long hair standing there. They were so terrified that they ran away and never came back to finish the work. My mom loved my grandmother and took care of her when she got seriously sick these last 2 years. She got her back to health, but my grandmother still spoke badly about my mom to others. She wanted to experience many things she had missed in life, and she passed away recently at our place. My mom was heartbroken and took her to her house for the last rites. The night of the funeral, or the day after, my mom was lying on her bed when she felt something like a fingernail topping her a few times. After that, she felt a heavy pressure on her chest and shoulder, like someone was sitting on her. She instantly knew something was going to happen to her. She struggled to even climb stairs and had to use her hands to pull herself up. She asked my dad to book a doctor appointment because she felt something was slipping out of her control. On the way to the clinic, they passed by a church where a feast for a saint was happening. They went inside. The saint is known for blessing people by placing 2 candles in an X shape on their neck. As soon as my mom received the blessing, all her pain disappeared instantly. She was completely confused by how sudden it was. Earlier, when she first felt the pain, she had told someone she trusted. That person said something similar had happened in their family and that a spirit had affected someone. They also said that people who get possessed usually face death within 30 days. 2 days later, we had to send one of our staff to my grandmother's house. She called us and said a huge tree in the backyard had fallen with the entire root lifted out. There was no storm, no wind, no weather event. It was a normal sunny day. This happened last week. Yesterday, the same staff told my mom she has not been feeling well ever since she went to that house, and she is having the same symptoms my mom had. My mom was shocked. She now believes something is wrong with that house and that my grandmother's constant prayers were keeping whatever it was under control. Without her there, everything is starting to come out. Has anyone experienced anything like this? I honestly do not know what to think.
Yeah, I don't know what's worse. Seeing something you can't explain, or realizing something might be attached to a place and anyone who goes near it. Let me know what you think about these stories, and if you've ever experienced anything similar. And as always, thanks for watching.